Hello, everybody. My name is Jacob. Welcome back to We're About Everything. I'm joined by Matt and Mike. And say hi, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, Mike, why?
Oh, come on. Hi, hello, everyone. How you doing, guys?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Been a while.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been busy with our lives.
you guys have a life?
Yeah, and getting laid.
Yeah. Apparently, I happen to have a life. It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, indeed it is.
Yeah, it's
Indeed.
crazy for me having one, too.
Yeah, especially since you graduated. Life is beginning to change for you, little one.
Young Padawan, your life shall
don't
change.
remind me.
And anytime you have a problem, you just come to me because Mike knows best. I'll be like that father knows best guy. Yeah, you guys ever seen that father knows best? Sit down, Jeremy.
Not my dad.
You're not my dad. You're not dad. I am now.
I am now, baby boy.
Oh my goodness. How are you guys?
Before we get into today's topic, that is my line.
I was just asking in general.
I'm here. It has not been the best of weeks.
Yeah. Would you like to talk about it with the audience?
No, the audience doesn't even know about my personal life.
Agreed. I can see that.
Nope.
Well,
F's in the chat for Matt, please. F's in the chat.
Mm-hmm. On my end, Dream Battles is at a total halt. I'm not quitting. It's just at a shutdown at the moment. I'm not doing anything with it. So that's going on. I'm going through some stuff at the moment, and I'm just doing other things on the side. I'm not enjoying YouTube anymore. I'm having some problems with myself that I'm having to sort out. So that's what I've been going through. And work has been crazy, just ridiculous, stressful. And yeah, it's been hard, but I'm still going. So that's how I am. That's how I be doing. Also, we're coming up soon on our 1-year anniversary. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say, guys, despite everything that I'm kind of going through right now, the most fun thing that I have done is this podcast, and it's something that I really, really look forward to. I wouldn't say we're the best podcast ever. I think we have a lot to learn.
Best podcast. Don't you lie.
I mean, we have a lot to learn.
Don't you downgrade us, sir.
But I always come on here in the mindset that I'm not recording, and I just have fun. And so I just wanted to say that, just because, I appreciate you guys, and I love this podcast. So yeah.
I love the endless hours of editing.
Yes, and I really appreciate you, Matt, because this podcast would not exist without you.
It was my idea. My dumbass decided to edit it.
Well, you're the only one who can also record. Everybody needs to give praise to Matt. He's busted his ass. He works with his channel and plus this, and it means a lot to us.
I will say the editing has chilled out quite a bit since the beginning.
Yeah, it has.
I don't feel like spending 8 hours editing a fucking podcast anymore.
Which is no big deal. I mean, it's all auditory, so it's no big deal, buddy.
For now.
But Jacob, I'm not the host. I don't know why I'm doing this, but how are you? How you doing? How's life treating you?
I'm doing pretty good, citizen.
I'm glad to hear that, Your Highness.
In that case, wouldn't he be calling you a peasant?
Yeah, peasant. Peasant.
I'm a very big, muscular peasant.
A lot of peasants were big guys. You know that, right?
I always think of like a little Smeagol like guy, or like the
that's
like
a farmer, not a peasant.
Yes, master.
Yes.
Precious.
Oh.
But in all seriousness, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm going to start putting in some applications to get some jobs.
Yay. I said that real weird.
Get that factory money, Jacob. Yay. You know you want it.
Yay!
Don't do that, please. Not right now.
You know, work is going to suck, but you're going to love the money flowing through.
He's going to buy all the Shrek plushies.
Kill me! I'm going to buy all the Shrek plushies. No, I'm going to buy all the DVDs at the store no one talks about.
You know what? He buys enough plushies and he'll start his own show on YouTube.
Plushie reviews with Jacob. I'm down.
Well, not just reviews, but he could just voice a bunch of characters. He does voice impressions, so.
I can do Mickey.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, pal.
Welcome
back to the podcast. I am Mickey Mouse, joined by Matt and Mike. Ha!
Oh boy, you could even take a Shrek plushie and just give it Mickey's voice.
That sounds like an unholy abomination. Please, no. Mike, I will start praising. I'll start praying again. Fucking, yeah. No.
Oh boy.
Alright. So, today's topic is something all three of us are pretty skilled in. Today's topic is versus battles.
Whoa. Just call me skilled? I've never released a single fucking episode.
Hey, you are working on one, though. There is some potential.
I was working on two. Only one has evidence. The other one somewhere in the hard drive.
And I also... Do I have a video on my channel about that? I don't remember.
It was a shout out that is now privated, you bitch.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember privating it, but...
Don't worry, I'll unprivate it. It'll be fine.
So, versus battles. Jacob, what made you think of this? Why? Why torture us like this?
Torture you.
Well, we all love versus battles in some way.
So?
I was thinking, well, why not do something like that?
How do you want to start this off?
So I'm going to list a few battles, and I want to see what you guys think and how would you handle it.
Actually, okay. I have something that's going to interject into this before we begin. How did you get into versus battles?
Yeah.
Me?
All of us.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
All right. Let's start with Mike. He's been doing it longer than us.
That's vampire.
Well, oddly enough, it goes really far back since I was like really little. When I was introduced to fiction, which, it's really weird. I don't have a lot of memories from my childhood, but I remember being introduced to my first fictional character, which was the Incredible Hulk. And ever since then, I've loved the Hulk and stuff. And I remember also really getting into Superman. And I always wondered why we didn't see them together. It always confused me at the time when I was little because I didn't know about, them being different universes and different companies and stuff. I knew they were superheroes of some kind, right? And so when I was a kid, I was always like, when are we ever going to see Hulk and Superman? I want to see those guys fight, So, so very early on in my life, I've always kind of asked questions to myself like, why don't these guys fight? And I wonder what would happen if these guys fought. And then when I started the Mike G channel, I oddly started with my first video around 2013 or 2014 with Hulk versus Superman. It was the first ever battle that I ever did, and it is a horrendous video. One that shall never grace the eyes and ears of the viewers that are listening right now.
Is it deleted?
I can't even access the channel. I have no way to access it.
I will put it in the description.
I would love to delete that channel though, but it is what it is. But it was the first
you could
video I
probably
ever
get a
did.
hold of Google tech support and actually probably get rid of it. Or,
Yeah, I would love
or what you could do is to start copyright claiming a bunch of the videos until it just fucking terminates it. Self-sabotage.
There you go. Oh man,
That's a
Double
dumbass
sabotage.
idea, but it could work.
But what happened was that I did that channel for a while, and I had Dream Battles as like a side gig, and I've had people ask me, how did you come up with Dream Battles? And I remember specifically where I was. I was in my dad's shop, and I was just sitting there pondering, and I thought, you know what? I daydream of these fights, right? I mean, that's what everybody does. I know Jacob does. So why don't I call it Dream Battles? And it sounds nice, catchy, and ever since I've kept it
Sexy.
Dream Battles. So I did it on that channel as a side gig, and even though my videos weren't good, it was the thing I enjoyed the most out of it. So when I stopped that channel and I left, made an announcement that I was done, I started the Dream Battles channel in 2015, and I released my first episode, Red Hood versus Winter Soldier, and I kind of strived to improve myself from a video aspect, right? I wanted to start writing my videos. I wanted to start editing better and stuff. And me personally, right now, I'm at a place where I've lost my love for versus at the moment, and especially YouTube. I just haven't really enjoyed it or anything. But versus battles has done a lot for me in my life. It allowed me to meet Jacob. It allowed me to meet Richard and Matt number 2, a crossover guy, and just a whole bunch of amazing people. And it's been quite the journey. And I would say versus battles has been just such a crazy journey for me, just as much as YouTube, really, because it's been there ever since I started my YouTube journey, even though it wasn't my main focus. It was there from the start. And yeah, I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I do consider myself a versus expert of sorts. So I'm prepared for this episode, I think. So, and that's how I got into battles. That's how I got into it. Matt, would you like to talk about how you got into battles?
Oh, dude, like, it's not even that complicated of a story. It's like, I found Death Battle on YouTube one day. Simple as that. I'm like, this shit's fucking awesome.
You want to know what's sad is I didn't even know about Death Battle until later. I didn't know about it until later because there was a time where I didn't know about YouTube really. And I started YouTube because I was really into Godzilla and stuff. And we got internet, which I didn't have internet for a long time growing up. And when we got internet, I discovered YouTube. And then I found this guy who liked all this stuff that I liked. And I was like, wow, there's all these people that like the stuff I like. And I love how he's connecting to people. I wonder if I can do that. You know, like I would love to interact with people. And that's how it happened for me. You know, that's just ta-da.
In that case, let's open up the Where About Everything hotline. Caller number 4.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's fucking
Hello,
no
Stacey.
one.
Stacey, how you doing today?
Oh, God, we're dumb.
But Death Battle is where you started.
Right.
Now I wouldn't say that you're into verses like Jacob and I are.
After high school, due to life, I fell out of it pretty damn hard.
Yeah.
Until we got back together, fucking 1 carry the 4, 17, 6 years ago.
I just randomly threw you in the team. Yeah.
I'm a great member of that team. I
Absolutely.
do quality assurance. I edit the script. I make funny dumbass jokes in the middle of said script that Mike has to edit out.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh Then I at one point tried to do my own series, and I got around, I think, halfway through an episode, and fucking gave up because I can't write a script.
It's a fucking bitch, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is a bitch. Actually, I started 2 episodes and gave up because I can't write.
Oh man.
I mean, what I had done was good.
But here's the thing,
second episode was better. I will agree.
I mean, I will say what you did was better than my first video on the Dream Battle channel. I would say it's better.
I had a mentor.
It really is. Yeah, but still, like, man, it's like that would have been such a good start for you. But
I
maybe
might come
someday.
back. I still have the files for the original episode 1, so I might be able to go back to it sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I have all the files for both episodes.
Oh, by the way, if any of you out there are listening and you're into Death Battle or you're just into versus and you watch YouTubers who happen to do versus battles, our channels will be linked below, and that's where you can find our versus battles, dream battles, fan death battles, all that good stuff.
The show that doesn't exist because I gave up. It might return. It might return.
Someday.
I gotta redo a lot of work. A lot of scripting.
Someday.
Someday
Jacob,
when the rainbows are purple.
We will be together again.
How'd you get into it, Jacob?
So ever since, like, basically around when I first discovered YouTube, I was just looking up stuff about Mario because I was very into Mario that time. Then I found Death Battles, Mario versus Sonic. And I started watching more of their stuff, and I got hooked ever since. Then I discovered Cartoon Fight Club as well. It was just, all this is pretty good. And I thought, this is really fucking awesome. Then in 2018, I met Mike, and I discovered he has a battle YouTube as well. Then we started talking, then we started building this group. Then we started working together on shit, and that's when we released Ravager versus Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, we took 2 years to work on this, and we finally released Ridley versus Vilgax, and we loved making that, and a lot of people seem to do like it, and I really love it. A lot of our crew members really love it as well.
It was worth the 2 years. It was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was.
We made a movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
That was insane.
Because wasn't 15 minutes of the fight scene cut out?
There was 10 minutes cut out in just the battle section. It was too long, but I was able to get creative, and you can't even notice it. You don't even notice.
No, yeah, you don't notice where he splits it down the center at all.
Yep. It's in a random section, and I was like, okay, what's a part of this fight that's like this is worthless. Like I need to cut this out.
The beginning,
I was like, right here. No, not the beginning.
I know.
It was in there, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut this out, and I was like, yes, perfect. So, but I do in a sense regret making it too long, but at the same time, it was like when I was writing it, I was thinking, this is how it would go through in my head. Actually, like I just feel like it would take forever for these guys to beat each other. You know, that's just yeah. But I think we discussed that before. I don't know.
I don't think it was on the podcast that we discussed it.
Didn't we do like a video, the struggles of video making or something? I could have swore we
did, but I don't remember that that video was a while ago, and it needs redone bad.
Yeah.
Because that was just you and me. Jacob wasn't involved because he had to do something.
Yeah, that's true. So that's how we got into battles. Jacob.
I will say this now. Kratos versus Spawn still pisses me off to this day.
Oh, God.
I had to bring it up, damn it.
Oh.
That was my first fucking versus battle I've seen, and I'm like, this is just illogical. It makes no fucking sense.
I have a project planned just to talk about Death Battle, but
Oh, dude, we doing the death battle rant documentary. I'm down. I'm in.
Well, I plan on doing a crossover discussion just on.
I'm in. I'm in.
Death battle.
I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
Jacob, we need to do it.
There's a lot of things that I don't want to rush the little topic because I'm not going to make it too long or anything of the video on dream battles.
We're going nuts. We gotta go full board.
Yeah, it's just something I kind of want to rant about. I mean, of course, I want to talk about the good things they did because because they've done good things for the versus community as a whole.
The way I see it is was the first 3-4 seasons solid content. Everything like that trailed. Now one of my friends, which I won't say his name, he knows who he is. He despises everything. He thinks everything they've done is bad, which I can understand. There's a lot of negative aspects that they've affected in the versus community. I think as a whole, Death Battle has done something good. They brought a relevancy to battles and they made it a genre, which it sounds kind of weird, just taking ideas of two characters who will never meet and fighting and turning it into an entertainment genre. But that's essentially what they did. And it's been popularized by them. So, Death Battle's done a lot of good for the versus community. We really wouldn't have battles as a genre without them, I think. And I think the downfall of Death Battle, I think my biggest problem is everybody looks up to them as the guys, right? Like you'll have people who rely on Death Battle as just a battle source. They won't do their own research. They will put all of their trust in Death Battle and say, okay, this is who legit wins according to them, right? And I think it's kind of brainwashing in a way. And that's really bad too, because there's a lot of times you can watch that show and it's questionable, right? There's a lot like Ryu versus Jin to me is very questionable with all the canon and non-canon material. Goku versus Superman, especially part 2. There's a lot of questionable things in that episode. Genos versus War Machine, just lots of things that make me just scratch my head and go, there's something fucked up here. And
Ben 10 versus Green Lantern.
Ben 10 versus Green Lantern is also a prime example of just like, nah, this is bullshit. So, over time, Death Battle has just become a really big problem in my mind versus wise. Now, some of our team members are Death Battle fans, and in the back of my mind, and this isn't to call anybody out, this isn't to be an ass, I do feel that some of the members are not willing to admit to backing them up. I feel like they shake their heads to agree just so they don't start a conflict. And that's fine. I mean, they're fans. But at the same time, they do admit their faults, but it's also like, but if you admit their faults and you know that there's questionable things, why are you still fans? Why do you still treat it as a big legit thing? And dedicating a whole group to these guys, which many people already do, by the way. Many people have groups just about Death Battle and being fans and supporting them, and you're just adding more to it. I'm definitely gonna do a video about it. I want to take more time and really think about how I want to approach the video. And it's not because I don't want to piss people off. I could honestly care less at this point. It's just that I want to look at things from both sides because I don't think it's one or the other. I don't think I can just be completely hateful. I don't think I can just be completely on their side. I think there's a middle ground. And that's how I feel about Death Battle as of right now, without having a really structured, organized, set of things to talk about.
Right. So I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Say,
yeah,
you can't just purely hate something, including for content, because then you want to have the fanboys come after you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to have the guys that do hate it alongside you team up with you, and it's just going to be a fucking shitstorm in the comments.
Yeah. Well, and then you get into some like cartoon Fight Club, which I don't care what anybody says who's not a fan of Death Battle. I consider that show much worse. And it's not just
all right.
Now the man does his research from time to time. I give him credit, but even he's questionable, and boy is his quality just
all right. The way I say it is, it is good for a point of entertainment, but not a point of knowledge ensuing.
I'm not even entertained by it, and it's nothing against the person. It's just lazy to me. It's just lazy content, and I just don't understand how he's at this point. Now I noticed that there's a decline on the channel. I've noticed that lately. I noticed that there's not as much talk about the guy. And
well, to be fair, though, as we've all noticed with all of our own channels, right now is kind of a dead zone for content views.
Oh, it is. It is, man. It's bad. It's pretty bad. But man, I noticed it through like a few years now, though, where it's like he's declining. And I think people are starting to look at it and go, this stuff doesn't fucking age, and this isn't like good, reliable versus battle source when it's just so all over the place and tone and
best way to put it. It's
especially the editing. Like I can't stand his quality, man. And it sucks because the guy has so much fucking potential. He has so much potential to turn his series into something better than it is, and he just makes it a joke. And I feel that's just really crazy.
It's just like my old D&D videos. They're great at the time, but as the years go on, they got worse and worse to watch.
Well,
and now they don't exist. Thank God.
When I'm making videos, when I am making videos, the reason I take my videos so seriously, the way I do, is because in my mind, these go up once, right? And it's like, this is it. This is the one shot we have, and it's like Ridley versus Vilgax. To make it as perfect as I could. It's not perfect by any means. I look back at it now and it's like, man, I wish I would have done this, and I accidentally made this mistake with the audio and blah, 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 blah. But you know what? That's going to be up there for a long time, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what we made with that video. And with every video I make, it's like that. It's like, you know what? I want to make something that will always stay relevant to a degree. Like, even if it's 10 years old, which some of my videos are coming to that, about 10 fucking years, right? And still, people can go click on those and say, this is still a debate. This is still relevant to some degree. And that's why I really liked Versus as a whole. Versus is perfect for that kind of content because the topic, the battle, will always be relevant only because there's never a true answer, right? And it's another thing I'm going to be talking about at some point in the future is facts and opinions. You always have people who are like, oh, well, I want the facts. I want to know who wins. I want to know the true answer. And then they run into somebody and they say, well, that's just our opinion. And they're like, oh, fuck this guy. He doesn't really know, right? That's his opinion, quote unquote. He doesn't know shit. So I find that a lot of people are always trying to find the true answer when in reality, they don't realize that, we're trying to use facts to back up opinions. Even Death Battle does that. I mean, whether they are willing to admit it or not.
Was it Ryu or Akuma where they're just like, we're using canon material, but let's use this random thing from a comic that's not canon.
Oh, so what they did was, it was so fucked up. They said, oh, well, there was that form for Jin in this movie. And they said, well, that's non-canon. And then they went on with this feat about Akuma, like destroying a meteor. And they were like, yeah, Akuma did this. And it's like, no, he fucking didn't.
Because wasn't it from like something like a Marvel fighting collection comic or some shit?
It was a Capcom comic. It wasn't Street Fighter. It was a crossover comic.
Right. And you can't
And it had like Mega Man in it and all that shit.
Rule
like,
of thumb, kiddos. If it's a crossover 19 times out of 10, it's usually not canon.
Yeah, and what cracked me up is they were like, okay, let's use non-canon material with a different character and compare it to this.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we'll have this guy destroy this meteor. And it's like, oh my God, you guys. Like, it was so all over the place. It's so fucked up. They were using math and calculations and they left out so many powers for Jim.
Do you know
they
what?
left out so many.
At least they didn't pull the Asura's Wrath DLC where you fight Akuma. That would be some nutty shit if they included that. Actually, I don't even think it was out yet.
Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, like I love watching I love watching the animation. The animation is stunning, and I love the music in the fight. But man, I just shook my head because I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing, man? It's funny because most people you watch or most forums made about the battle, someone just writing it, 9 times out of 10, people choose Jin, and it cracks me up. So, and it's not to say that it's right. It's just to say, like, the people that have done their research, this is the conclusion that they come to. Why is it that when Death Battle does it,
it's false?
All of a sudden there's all this stuff that people don't come across. So,
like, since we're bitching about that, like how we have Kratos versus Spawn. Spawn can only be killed by weapons of heaven or hell. Correct.
Now I agree with the verdict.
I agree with it as well. But the bullshit is that he could not be harmed by anything Kratos makes. Like Hades and Olympus are technically the heaven and hell of Greek mythology.
God damn it. Yeah, it is bullshit. I agree with that. The Blade
if you're going to do it, don't pull the whole technology. It has to be heaven or hell. It's like, no. You combine the fucking universes so it makes logical sense.
Some battles are really weird, and I understand why they did that fight, but that one was really weird to
Indeed,
me.
it was.
It was.
I guess it's still.
I understand.
Oh,
I understand the correlation.
I know why they did
I
it.
get it. I know why.
It's the anti-hero that once worked for the villain. Oh.
Yeah, and they made deals with gods of sorts, and they became. Yeah, I understand why. I get it, and it is interesting. It is an interesting fight. Now, I definitely think they should maybe do it again, since there's more added to Kratos.
I'm going to interrupt this entire podcast real quick. Jacob, you put that controller down. I'm going to shove it up your ass.
But here's the thing that Death Battle did not even fucking bother to even delve into. There's so much details. So there was a time, I was thinking about this a while back. If you think about it, Kratos is not really the god of war.
No, he just has the title.
No, Kratos to me, he's actually the god of death. And he's been god of death the whole entire time.
It kind of makes sense. I mean, he just fucking murders everything. The god of war, well, technically he does that too.
Everywhere he goes, there's death. And once you know it, he kills Thanatos, the supposed god of death. Right. And by definition, death is supposed to be unkillable and indestructible, immortal. And yet Kratos kills him. Right now, of course, you can say like, oh, he had Thera's Bane and all this stuff, but really, I mean, he should not even been able to do it then. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's when Zeus came to that realization, like, oh, this is terrifying.
This is bad.
Right? This is bad
that he killed Ares.
He realized at that moment that he is the true god of death, and he could be the Grim Reaper to a degree. So, okay, you think about that, right? You think about how he can destroy this omnipotent, because Thanatos in God of War is a primordial, which is before gods, a higher plane. So if you think about it, and here's the other bullshit argument that people get with Spawn, and it really makes me angry. Oh, well, Spawn killed God and Satan and stuff. And, you know, he's just that powerful. No, he's not. Actually, he fought God Satan in his normal form, and he got fucking obliterated.
Right.
He got trashed. He had to borrow the power of their mother, who is above them, right? And he reset everything and did all that. Kratos did this, right? He did this without that kind of shit. He killed a primordial. If you really think about it, he could technically do the same fucking thing to Spawn.
Right.
He should, regardless if it's holy, unholy, he should just be able to outright harm Spawn.
Wait,
but then you get people saying, well, he couldn't kill Heimdall, man. He had to use mistletoe and, you know.
All right.
But, you mean Boulder?
Yeah, or Boulder or whatever.
But even then, that's because Boulder was literally immortal due to a curse put on him.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a reason behind that.
And not Kratos, Spawn isn't cursed, right?
No,
he's not cursed.
He just made a deal with Malbolgia.
Malbolgia.
My bulge.
Yes,
my name is Robert Malbolgia.
But here's the thing, though. If you think about it, Mike, if weapons of heaven and hell can only harm Spawn, then how can demons, normal, ordinary demons that don't have weapons?
Well, here's the other reason why Death Bell needs to revisit this, and I can't believe I just said that. It's because they officially revealed in God of War that the Blades of Chaos are primordial.
Right.
They have primordial flame, which is why the flames are still able to function.
I want to bring this up again.
And that means it's a part of all creation,
right?
By the way. So that means heaven and hell as well. That's crazy.
All right. I'm going to bring this up since you had to mention it. Why is it the Blades of Chaos, not the Blades of Exile?
I honestly think it's as simple as Cory Barlog was like, ignore it. We're just going to do the Blades of Chaos.
I'm not going to ignore it because it pisses me off.
I know. That's just what he did, man.
If you have
and well, in the comics, what they did, which they're shit, by the way, the comics they did to tie into that are garbage. But apparently, after Kratos had left Greece, the Blades of Chaos magically started to follow him everywhere he went, and that's the excuse.
I mean,
of why the Chaos Blades are there.
Technically, a cursed magical item that were attached to him, so I can see why that would happen. But here's the problem.
Why didn't they come back in Greece? Why did they come back in 3? You know, he's like, man, my blades, they are destroyed. And then here's the Blades of Chaos. My master.
What I was going to say is this. What about God of War 1 where Ares rips the blades from his arms?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why are they ripped from his arms? And they magically can follow him now?
There is now so many plot holes, it's not even funny. It's crazy.
Just wait, we're going to go to China next or some shit. I want to complain. That'd be cool.
Honestly, I think what what Corey wanted to do was he wanted to remove the whole aspect of he lost the blades and he just had them the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's kind of like, well, that just fucks everything up.
Right, it fucks the ending of 3 up where you see all his equipment scattered across the cliff, and then you see the blood trail.
Well, that's the thing. In the comic, you see him start. Right, he has the boots of Hermes on, which is weird.
Yeah, very.
Again, there's a bunch of plot holes. He gets rid of the boots, I think, and then he doesn't have the blades. He has nothing else but the boots, and there's the blades. You know, he wakes up and the blades are right there. You know, and they follow him everywhere he goes. You know, which the comics suck, but I like that. That's really cool storytelling.
Right.
I actually love that idea that they're like,
my brain just had a really weird thought. So just a thought in general. So you obviously beat everything in God of War Ragnarok and 2018, right?
I'm not beating everything in 2018. Ragnarok was far easier.
Well, I was talking about like the side quest shit, not the whole. Where the fuck did Kratos get the shield?
The shield is from his dead wife. That's where he got the shield.
That's what I was thinking, but it's like it's never actually explained. And Ragnarok's like, I just got this shield. And it plays the sad music,
in the
and you just
first
have to
game-
think.
In the first game, if you go to your guide, if you go to the actually if you just look at the shield, I think it says like it's face shield. And in the second game, they also indicate that it's her shield too. But it is from her. Yeah.
In
That's
my
where he got
opinion,
it.
it's bullshit. They have to look in a menu to find that out.
I agree.
You know
with
that the Leviathan axe it's her axe. It is hers. But you don't know where this cool as fuck shield is from unless you look in the fucking menu.
Oh, you know what though? Not Bardock, Brock.
Bardock.
Brock is even like, where'd you get this thing? You know,
Right.
Asgard, you get kicked in the head or something?
Jacob, no, not again. Please, no.
But yeah, he's like, why do you want to fix this thing? And Kratos is like, it's personal to me. And he's like, all right.
Well, but here's the thing, though.
Fix it for you, you
It
son
can
of
be
a
personal
bitch.
because it's phase. It could be personal because he got it while he was in Egypt. It could be personal because it's his right nut turned into a fucking shield.
Either that or he met a prostitute and he's like, I have no way to
Here,
pay.
use this for protection.
Actually, never mind. That makes no sense.
Exactly.
Well, you can pay me by
Taking his cursed shield from me. Haha. But in my honest opinion, I don't think it's Norse.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Really?
Like, if you look at the shield compared to everything else, it just doesn't fit.
Now, in the comics, he did arrive in Egypt, and then he made his way to Norse. So that's interesting.
Like, because if you look at all the architecture and everything, even in the dwarven fucking city plane and Tyr's magnificent palace of fuckery, as I'm just going to call it, nothing looks like that shield.
Oh, and by the way, everybody who says that shield is stronger than the Golden Fleece, you're full of shit.
No,
Because
obviously it broke.
It broke. The Golden Fleece never broke.
No,
It
Golden
never
Fleece
broke.
has seen some shit and just like, look at.
Yeah. The Golden Fleece is far superior.
That's why I'm thinking it's definitely not Norse. I don't think it's Norse at all.
But now I'm starting to rethink Kratos versus Spawn because this new information about the blades being primordial now, the flames themselves. To me, that is higher
Because
than
if it's
a heavenly
primordial,
sword.
and I know Leviathans and I think in Norse are primordial as well. He has two weapons now that can just fucking rip him to shreds.
Are Brock and Sindri primordial then? Because they forged it. But then again, it's like where did they get the source of the ice?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. And then there's my favorite weapon in Ragnarok, the fucking spear.
I love the spear, but
Drop near.
I actually
So good.
But there's even a theory now that the blades are even more powerful than the blade of Olympus.
No.
There's a theory around that.
In Norse, probably yes.
Yeah. But here's the thing, it's the same blades, it's the same fire. It's always had the same fire. That's the weird thing about it. The fire never died out.
Right.
It's been the same. Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah.
they would have to revisit it definitely if they ever continue it.
You know what? Now that we've had this little off discussion, which I apologize, Jacob. I'm gonna say Kratos would win. I think Kratos would win. Yeah.
I agree. But there's also the one thing I also noticed in that battle, he didn't use any of his magic, did he?
I don't think so.
It's like that's one of the key gameplay mechanics, but they just scrapped it. Took it out. It's like Kratos is a versatile weapon of fucking mass destruction.
Absolutely, he is. He's a living weapon. All right, Jacob. We apologize for that. We were just kind of in a deep discussion. You can continue being host and everything.
Alrighty. So I'm going to go through a list of battles. I want to see what you guys think and who would you think would win.
Oh, this will be
So,
fun.
Myself and I.
Let's start with something that we talked about last night. The Lizard from Spider-Man versus Killer Croc from Batman.
I will omit myself from this one because I don't know shit.
Okay, so now I'm not the biggest Spider-Man fan anymore, and I did tell you some things last night. And there are probably people out there listening who are way bigger fans, and they could very well say that I'm wrong, and I might be, but this is me recounting things that I only remember. So for me, it is Lizard hands down, far superior healing factor, far stronger, far faster, far more intelligent, far more agile, and he can contend with Spider-Man. And Lizard is one of those villains that when he contends with Spidey, it is no joke. Like, he is one of Spider-Man's most deadly villains, period. You know, from what I can recall, just from Spider-Man's strength, the dude, if I remember this right, he lifted a fucking building over his head. And that is some crazy ass shit, right? And this is somebody who, yes, has a spider sense, but, you know, you have to be fast enough to anticipate with the spider sense, right? Spider-Man can dodge bullets, man. I mean, he's dodging all over the place. Yeah. So, you know, if he can anticipate attacks at that kind of speed, the Lizard often catches him off guard. Spider-Man often has troubles avoiding the Lizard. Spider-Man is outmuscled so easily by the Lizard. Another example of just how strong Spider-Man is, when Doc Ock, if I recall this correctly, when Doc Ock had possession of his body, when he punched a guy, he blew his fucking head off. Blew his head off. And he realized something very terrifying. He realized that, wow, Peter holds back all of his punches when he fights his villains. When he fought me in my normal body, he never hit me with full force. That's terrifying. And the fact that Spider-Man, I would say, most likely does throw very hard punches because Lizard's on the kill, you know, and there's been times where he's had Peter in very dire situations. And it never did that to him. And even if it did, he would probably just regenerate.
See, like, what honestly makes this worse than what Mike realizes is that Peter and Spider don't do like a boxing thing. They don't just punch towards a direction. Now, notice he throws constant hooks and haymakers, so it's going left, right, and down. So
Spider-Man,
if he were to hit you,
has his own unique fighting style, which
it's
thanks
highly
to agile.
Iron Fist,
thanks to Iron Fist and what the fuck's his name? He had his own movie. It was the martial arts guy. Shit, I forgot his name, but he and Iron Fist, yes, Shang-Chi or whatever his name is. They actually helped Peter perfect his martial arts, and they perfected his ability to be more coordinated, and not rely too much on his spider sense. So
right.
Peter is extremely capable.
But like I said, what makes this much more terrifying than just punching someone's head off is the fact that it's very agile, and a lot of the attacks are sweeping.
Exactly.
It's not just a direct blow. So if he hits you hard enough to truly knock you down without causing decapitation, your face is going to turn into mush as soon as it hits the fucking ground.
Exactly. Now Croc is no joke. I mean, he is a humanoid crocodile. His exterior is crazy, but as crazy as it is to think about, Lizard is just in every way superior to this guy. And I understand the correlations. I understand why people want to see it, but it is so one-sided, it's not even funny. And it sucks because I like Killer Croc and I love Lizard too. I like both of them a lot. But when you're looking at versus battles, you can't have any biases, in the equation at all.
Right.
And in reality, if you compare, it's Lizard. Lizard is just OP as fuck. He's crazy, man. Totally crazy.
Once we get around to it, that's why I'm kind of dreading the next Dream Battles episode, Because holy fuck, there's a lot of bias that could be thrown in there. And I mean,
Absolutely.
lot.
Oh yeah. Matt, do you have anything that you also want to add or say?
I kind of said my piece. If Lizard could take a hit from fucking Spider-Man, I don't know if Croc can though. I mean, he got his ass beat by a man in a suit.
Spider-Man is just fucking nuts, man. Jacob, what do you think?
Well, I love both villains. I think both of them are great. But when it has to come down to brains and brawn, Lizard takes the half. And yep, I would say Lizard wins.
And that's the scary thing. Like, it's not just like Lizard is way more aggressive and terrifyingly deadly.
He's smart.
He's so fucking smart, man. Yeah, he's crazy.
You know, Connors is really smart.
Let's say, wasn't Connor like literally like pretty much a rocket scientist?
Yeah.
He was like a teacher that studied like biology.
He
wanted everyone to survive by turning into lizards.
He has a missing arm and he wanted to find a way to regenerate limbs.
He was studying cell generation.
Reptiles, and he experimented on himself and he turned himself into a monster, essentially. So, and he is one of Spider-Man's most deadly foes, easily. He is like there are pictures where you see Lizard just biting down on his body and there's just blood everywhere. He is just that fucking crazy, man. He's fucking no joke.
Dude, maybe he was hungry. He wanted a snack.
Yeah, he's fucking bad, man. He's bad. All right, Jacob. What do you got? What else you got for us?
All right. Moving on. We have another popular DC versus Marvel matchup. We have Batman versus Iron Man.
Okay, so we're talking standards, right? We're just talking standards, or we?
Yeah.
Okay, if we're talking standard, I'm going with Iron Man. Now, I will say, I do think, and Iron Man has training. Martial arts wise. But Batman gets this. Now, it should be important to note that Iron Man is also able to scan fighting styles, and the AI can literally anticipate every move and that the opponent is going to make. It's like his version of a spider sense in a weird way. But here's the other problem, which a lot of people don't know this about Iron Man. Iron Man has a technovirus inside of his body. And this happened during a particular story. It's how he actually acquired the Extremis armor. It's called the Extremis virus, I believe. He faced off against someone who had this virus inside of them, made them super strong, able to like utilize fire and stuff, and just thrashed Iron Man's suit. So what he did was, in response, he got the virus and then he designed a suit specifically for this virus. He put it in himself, and then he was able to basically access technology with just his mind. And this not only did that, but it enhanced his body and did all kinds of benefits for him. And he just thrashed this guy like it was nothing. So now you fast forward, right? If you're talking his most current standard suit, he is crazy overpowered, and Batman is not upgrading to this capacity in any way, just in a standard. But if you want to be fair and you want to take some steps back and be like, okay, Mike, you're going a little too far here. Let's go with a real basic suit and not include, technoviruses and everything, and have him be able to control any computer like he's fucking Ultron. Okay. It's still Iron Man. It is still Iron Man. Even the most basic suits are far more advanced than anything Batman has, I think. And Batman is crazy smart. It's not like Batman wouldn't give him a hard time. It's just that Tony is clever in his own way, and I just think his suits are too much. Just his basic standard old suits. So, and we're talking about suits that can like possibly contend with just a normal Savage Hulk. Which that's crazy. And, I mean, the only reason he needed a Hulkbuster was because the Hulk got, stronger.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Matt, what do you think of
Matt?
this?
Um, fuck.
Fucking spit it out.
You think
Bookie Jacob.
you think they're gonna fuck?
Yeah. Oh yes,
Yeah, fuck
all
you
the
do.
time.
And I will say
Fuck
it's
of the
interesting.
billionaires.
I like the fight. I think it's interesting. I do think Batman can pull off some really good attacks. I mean, this isn't the comics, but if you watch Justice League War, you see how Batman takes on parademons who wear suits of armor, they fly, and Batman handles those guys fairly well. He's killing them left and right. And so there's no reason to believe that Batman wouldn't be able to handle an Iron Man. I mean, Captain America can, and that's him with the Extremis virus, right? So he holds his own very well. I could also imagine that Batman could do the same as well. So yeah, it's decent, but I'm going to give it to Iron Man.
I frankly have to agree because Mike has made his point very well. Does Batman have prep time?
Now, if we're talking prep time, it's still Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
I had to do the meme. I'm sorry.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I made a whole video about Batman's preparation time. Yeah. Iron Man is also like a god of preparation. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy.
No, what makes it crazier is he can prep on the dime.
I actually had somebody in the comments say, this is going to sound crazy, but there's one guy I can think of Batman cannot beat with prep time, and that is Spider-Man. It's like,
no, because Spider-Man even has his own weaknesses.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to know how I think Batman would handle Spider-Man? I actually think he would.
Can it raid?
I actually think he would move him to a location and where basically he would nullify his maneuverability. I think he would find a way to, and just slow him down on foot. I think he would find a location to do that with. If we're not talking prep time, if we're talking just in mid battle, he's like, it's too fast. Maybe if I go to this kind of environment, it'll slow him down. Possibly, I can see Batman strategizing how to slow someone like Spider-Man down. So, but we're not talking about Batman versus Spider-Man, Mike. Come on.
Batman and Iron Man.
Batman versus Iron Man. Come on. So that's my vote. That's who I think wins. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah. Even though I do not like Iron Man that much, I'm not much of an Iron Man fan. I do gotta agree that he is very powerful and smart, and his gadgets do kind of outpower what Batman has. And like you said about the virus. But yes, I do agree that Iron Man wins.
Okay. Now,
here's something that.
Oh, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, just go to the next battle.
You go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, now, if we're talking about their amalgamation versions, where you have Batman and Wolverine versus Iron Man and Green Lantern merged together, then you got a different story going on.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys ready for the next one?
Ready, Freddles.
Ready, Freddy.
All right. Now, here's something. Now, this is a battle. It's just kind of a wacky battle I just thrown in there. Peter Griffin versus Homer Simpson.
Peter.
We have seen this, and Peter is the winner. I'm going with Peter.
I'm going
easily.
Peter.
Peter has far more combat experience, and his battles are way more wacky. If we're ignoring their actual fight, which they did fight, Peter's fights are just more crazy. His Toon Force is more overpowered.
I mean, dude literally pretty much fights to the death every season with a Chicken Man.
Yeah.
Over a coupon.
Yeah, I'm going with Peter. This one's very easy. I don't know The Simpsons.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And so the things I have seen from Homer, some of the things are wacky and funny, but it's nothing like Family Guy shit. I mean, Peter is breaking the fourth wall.
In hell, candy boy.
He is summoning things out of thin air. There's like a form of reality warping with his breaking the fourth wall or cutaways. And he's just crazy, man. I just think he's too much for Homer. Yeah. Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
He's got it.
Thanks for voting for me, you bastards.
What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, Peter wins. I just wanted to throw that in there just for a
He wanted the curveball.
wacky battle. Yeah,
There you
curveball. Now here's something all of us can get around. Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers.
Jason Voorhees.
Jason.
Dude is
Now, Death
literally a
Battle-
zombie
shit.
for like 4 movies.
Now, I know Death Battle's done this one, but that doesn't really matter because that episode was garbage. Here's the thing. Myers is a beast. The dude is superhuman. He is. And there is a version of him, as you explained to me, Jacob, where he becomes stronger from killing every family member. But Jason doesn't need that. He is at such a level of crazy strength. And when you include the comics, this guy is destroying cars, man. He's smashing them, ripping them apart, right? This guy is like taking helicopters to his body. He's ripping off the blades of helicopters and using it as a sword. I mean, the dude is just overpowered.
I mean, not to mention, though, Jason went to space.
And he took on Jason X and won. He took on a stronger Jason, a stronger version of himself and
Uber
won.
Jason.
Yeah, which makes no sense, but he did. He fucking decimated him. And Jason is oddly clever.
Oh,
as well.
He's smart.
He's oddly really good with accuracy with long ranged weapons and shooting weapons. And Michael, the stuff he does, Jason does the same thing. Same kind of maneuverability tactics, right? But the other difference too is he's completely undead. He's a zombie and he'll come back. Right. Myers can come back too, but he's just not on that level.
Here's the thing that a lot of people don't know. Jason can literally just teleport somehow.
Yeah, that's right. Now, I would recommend watching Richard's Jason versus Terminator video. He goes into really good. Actually, he did 2 videos with Jason. He goes into really good detail about that whole teleportation ability, and I believe, if my memory serves me correct, I believe he does confirm that he does have some form of teleportation to a degree. So, yeah, Jason's just crazy, man. I mean, the guy just does OP shit, and Myers is cool and everything. I do plan to use Michael Myers myself, just not against an opponent as crazy as Jason. Some people might think it's far too underwhelming compared to Jason, but I would say it's more interesting. But yeah, I'm going with Jason. Jason easily. So Jacob, what do you think? Who do you think wins? Oh,
well, I love both of them. I kind of love Michael more. But here's the thing. I always suspected, like, everyone, I know that zombie Jason would defeat Myers, but what about human Jason?
Oh boy. Can I shove an arrow through your neck and let you answer that?
I don't know anything about human Jason. I didn't know there was a
Mike,
human Jason.
he's strong enough still to take a broadhead arrow and shove it through a hammock and out someone's neck.
I know nothing about human Jason. I always thought his superhuman attributes came from him
No,
being a zombie.
he's still pretty damn strong before he was a zombie.
But didn't he become a zombie by way of drowning as a kid?
Nope.
No, he was he survived.
He survived.
He became a zombie in the 6th movie.
When
and so the first movie, he wasn't a zombie at all.
in the first movie it was his mother.
No, the mother killed the counselors. Then in the second movie, he came back with a sack over his head.
Potato Man.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
okay.
Jacob.
See, I didn't know that. I always thought he was just a zombie.
That's what it was. Tommy Jarvis went to go dig up his grave to make sure he's actually dead. And let's put it.
I'm still gonna go with Jason. I'm still going with Jason. Is like Michael is crazy. I don't want anybody thinking that Michael is no joke. Like, or that he's nothing. Like he's no joke. Michael.
I mean, Michael's
crazy,
literally been
man.
shot, set on fire, bludgeoned, stabbed, and just
Stabbed
like
in his eyes.
yeah, stabbed in his eyes. Like, oh fuck it, I'm coming back next year, bitch. Try me.
He's a fucking beast, man. But
Jason's the same exact way.
I know he is, and he's actually worse. I think. Yeah, but you know, if we're talking about in their current states, you know, if we're taking most powerful Michael Myers and the most powerful Jason, I'd go Jason easily.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah. All right. What's the next one? What do we got? It's time to run.
Potatoes versus tomato.
We have a lighthearted battle.
Okay.
We have Mr. Incredible versus Wreck-It Ralph.
All right. The way I see this now, first off, I don't think these two can cross over because the problem is that Ralph exists in a digital universe, whereas Mr. Incredible technically exists in a real life world universe. So really, there would be no way for Mr. Incredible and Ralph to ever encounter. But let's say that there's an instance where reality comes into play and some reality warper's like, I'm going to summon Ralph to the field. And Ralph is there and they just happen to fight. Now, Ralph, I think physically is stronger. I think he has greater strength. It's kind of weird to say because we don't see as many feats of strength from him as we do in Mr. Incredible. But there's one part from both movies that signified to me that he's stronger. And that's when he punched that entire mountain when he fought King Candy. So, I mean, he was already smashing it. But Mr. Incredible, I don't think Mr. Incredible could smash his fist and do that. I don't think he has that kind of strength. Yeah, the dude is like pulling trains, taking parts of trains and fucking spinning them around and, you know, kicking them. And he's doing crazy shit. But, you know, Ralph, I mean, he is punching a big giant volcanic mountain thing made of like some kind of weird ass candy that apparently blows up when it makes contact with a liquid. I mean, he's punching it and it's like giving way, right? And King Candy's like, he's the only one that can do this. I need to stop him, right? Because he's the only one with the strength to do it. And he succeeds. He destroys it. And I just can't see Mr. Incredible punching the ground and doing that kind of thing. There's no feats from the Incredibles to, you know, state that, yeah, he's on par. I mean, even when Mr. Incredible took on that robot, he struggled. Yeah, I can see Ralph contending with something just as strong and handling it better. But here's where Mr. Incredible comes in and takes the win. Because he's not as strong at all. But he's faster. He's more nimble, more agile. He's more experienced. He's smarter. He has hand-to-hand combat ability. And his strength is still pretty nuts. You know, those punches are going to hurt. And I'm going to have to give it to Mr. Incredible. I just think his superhero experience is too much. You know, and we've seen him contend with someone with a similar build of Wreck-It Ralph in the second movie. And, you know, he struggled, but, you know, I still think Mr. Incredible can hold his own against someone of that kind of build and strength. So I'm going with Mr. Incredible. Matt, I would like to know your thoughts on this. And you guys don't have to agree with me. You know, I would love, you know.
Well, most of these battles are completely out of my knowledge element, so it's kind of hard not to.
You've never seen these movies?
I've seen The Incredibles, not Wreck-It Ralph.
You've never seen The Incredibles?
Okay.
We need to watch that together.
Only if we have the Paranormal Activity binge.
Oh, you know what?
I don't care. I'll watch anything to
So,
I fucking love those movies.
some of those movies suck, but I'm willing to do that.
I love the first three. I've never seen the others. I just
The
heard
third
they're
one
bad.
Are these going to be like reviews? Are we going to do like review episodes?
I don't know.
The third one is okay,
Hmm.
but the first one is good. The second one is mind blowing. I think the second one is amazing. But
Third one makes a nice. Third one makes a nice trilogy. Fourth one could have been omitted. I
think the third one goes too far. It gets too unrealistic for me.
How?
Just I don't know. And the last I watched it, I was like, man, like part 2 is crazy, but this is just doing like really weird shit that I don't know. There was just something I didn't like about it.
We'll definitely have to watch them. That's what we're doing tomorrow, gentlemen.
I like the whole imaginary friend thing. I like that. That to me was really cool. I like that in the third one. That was good. But all right. So, Jacob, who do you think wins between these two? In all honesty,
I think Ralph would win.
You think Ralph? Okay.
Yep.
Reasons?
Bias.
I would say reasons is because. Shut up, man.
I'm sorry, I had to.
I've seen both Incredibles movies and both Wreck-It Ralph movies.
I
love both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I do say that, like you said, Ralph has done a lot more strength-wise than Mr. Incredible. Mr. Incredible has been around longer, but I think Ralph's unpredictability really outshines him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I say Ralph wins.
Okay.
Yes, Matt.
What?
I thought
you're like, oh.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought he was going to say something too, like.
Fights to death.
All right.
Want to fight me? Okay. Next battle: Jacob versus Matt.
Let's go, homie. Mike.
I'll hit you with an office chair. Let's go.
I mean, I have the sword sitting behind my door. You want an office chair? It's fine.
Oh boy.
I got an office chair and a broom.
I have office chair, a broom, several monitors, knives, a watch.
Lysol. I got a Lysol
I got
spray.
Lysol too. I got Febreze.
Bring it on, bitch.
Never know.
Mike, you're the referee.
I'm too drunk to be a referee.
No, you're just the right amount of drunk.
No.
No?
No.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-na-na.
I don't think I've done anything funny in this episode yet.
No, you definitely just did.
Okay. Something will come.
All right, onward to the next battle.
Yes, onward.
Get ready for the next battle. Now Mike has Tekken flashbacks.
That's my battle ding dong.
Battle dong.
Battle bell. The ring ding. That's the signal for fight, bitch.
All right. A very, very debated battle. Goku versus Superman.
Oh God, Mike! Right. I'll get the timer ready. You get 10 minutes.
Okay, here we go. Now I did a top 4 list on the most debated battles of all time. I pretty much said that this is the most famous debated crossover battle of all time. It made it into magazines. This battle has been debated for years. You don't hear about it as much anymore because people are sick of it. But regardless of it, whether you like it or not, it is the most debated and famous battle of all time. It is the most groundbreaking crossover battle of all time because this is the battle that really started the whole craze of the versus community, I feel. It's what really got Death Battle kick started on their channel, and just went to whole new levels and stuff. It is their most viewed battle. They actually did 2 versions. They did a sequel, because people begged. because Goku got new god power, right? And the other thing about this battle too, and the reason why it's so crazy debated, is because there's something always changing about these characters, more with Goku than Superman. Anyway, but that's not what you're asking. You're not asking what's the most debated battle. You're asking me, the guy, Mike G from Dream Battles, the host, the creator, the myth, the legend, who would win between Goku and Superman. I actually plan on doing this battle at some point in the far future for a very special episode. And I'm not going to say this is officially who wins as of right now, but this is the conclusion I've come to. Superman. Okay. Now, there was a time where I said Goku would win this, and there are very strong arguments for Goku. I think Goku has an advantage in being a better martial artist. I think at his base, because at his base in Dragon Ball Super Broly, his base is as strong as a Super Saiyan God form when he first fought Beerus. That's how strong his base is. Just his base. Okay. So Goku, strength-wise, is crazy. The guy can literally punch universes, right? So he can rise to these transformations where he just transcends. But if we look at Superman and we have to take into account that the sun is there. He can fly to the sun. He can access it. He can utilize the sun to boost himself in power. He can utilize the sun in order to heal. He can literally take the solar energy out of living things, which includes plantation, which we have seen in the comics. So he can draw from sources of energy to power himself, heal himself, anything like that. But that's not really what gives Superman the win. What gives Superman the win are his weird ass hacks that he has. He has these abilities that Goku just doesn't know how to deal with. He doesn't know how to deal with someone who has ice breath. He doesn't know how to deal with someone who has literal heat vision, because Dragon Ball characters use ki. And you can debate whether heat is involved with these kind of abilities, but we do know that characters who are thrown into the sun, right? We've seen this in classic Dragon Ball. They don't deal with it very well.
Nope.
Somebody's knocking on my door. Hold on just a second. I'm sorry.
Mute him.
Well, never mind. I'm sorry about that. That was weird. I heard a like that and nobody was at the door. Anyway, where was I? Oh, Goku has never encountered such weird abilities. And I was comparing ki to heat vision. So heat vision drains Superman's powers the most. But it is the one ability that Superman relies on the most. It's very rare that you actually see him use frost breath. And when he does, it's pretty awesome. But heat vision, I would say if that made contact with Goku, I think that would hurt him really fucking bad, because it's heat. It is pure, legit heat. And the heat vision can also just like do crazy things and like seal tears in reality and, crazy shit like that. Right. But then you get into the really in-depth stuff that no one thinks enough about. You think about all his vision modes, right? X-ray vision, being able to focus his heat vision on a microscopic level to fuck with your brain, right? Like trigger things and just really crazy things like that. His perception of time just being so slow, the ability to just vibrate his body to phase through people, having a super brain, right? Like, okay, Deathstroke's brain it functions at 90%. So it's not that he's like 90% smarter than you. It's that he perceives things completely different. So time literally can be adjusted to slow down. Jacob is gone for some reason. For Superman, it's like multiplied to the absolute fucking extreme. Okay. And it is crazy. And it's not that Dragon Ball characters can't perceive anything slow. I think it's just, I don't think they can do it and Jacob's back. I just don't think they can do it like Superman can, right? Just perceive things like he can. He can see. Oh, you know what I heard? I heard fireworks, not my door knocking.
Yeah.
And that's me dropping my pen.
Sorry about that.
You're okay. And so, and then you got to take into account that I do think Goku is a better martial artist by far. I think he is more skilled combatant. But you also got to take into account that Superman knows his own martial arts as well. So there is a way for him to defend himself. Now, there was a time where I had a strong argument, which I could change my mind. I could change my mind later on when I do the episode and say Goku wins. And one of the strong arguments that I used to use for Goku was like, Superman struggles with Wonder Woman. And the reason is because she's a warrior. And she is one of the most skilled fighters in the entire DC universe. One of the best martial artists, period. And I would argue that Goku is on a very high similar level to Wonder Woman. And I think Superman would struggle so much against a fighter of that caliber, especially wielding the strength and speed that he has. But, all these crazy little hacks and stuff, the ability to just, use the sun as a means to get stronger. And I definitely think Superman would realize quite early, like, I need to go to the sun. I need to trick him into getting me near the sun and, and get stronger. So as of right now, during the time of this recording, I am going to say Superman, but there was a time where I said Goku. It was due to him, and he is drastically more powerful, I think. Just like his base gets stronger too. That's important to keep in mind. And his martial arts his warrior-like spirit is just crazy.
All right. Here's the thing you forgot to mention about Goku.
Go ahead.
This man's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
he will allow Superman to go to the sun because he wants a stronger combatant to face.
That's a weakness Goku has, is like Goku wants to face a character at their absolute best. Now here's the thing, martial arts wise, he's a genius.
Oh yeah, he's a
fighter.
Nuts.
But the problem, and we saw this with Boo. He wanted Boo to enter his Kid Boo form, which is not the strongest form, by the way. It's Super Boo, which he had to resort to merging with Vegeta. But even then, it's like he was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight him, like, because he's really strong and I want to test him. And he did it with Frieza, he did it with Cell. He likes to test himself too much, which I admire about Goku. Goku is amazing for that, but that's a problem. Like he's going to let Superman get strong, and that's just not good, man. So yeah, I'm going with Superman right now. I do think this battle is crazy. Like, it's close. I know why this debate is toxic and heated, and I get it. Like, it's crazy. But I'm going with Superman. Yeah, I think Superman would win.
Yeah.
He just has too many benefits on a biological level.
Yeah. I'm going to say Superman 2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really much of a Dragon Ball fan. I get the basics of Dragon Ball. I'm a casual watcher, not really like a hardcore guy. Like, I know people who are really like hardcore watchers. I can't really get into like long anime.
All right. But I can actually agree with Jacob on this one. Like, the longest anime I've ever seen was like 50 episodes.
Yeah.
We don't count Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh! Was technically dubbed by a children's cartoon company.
I grew up with Dragon Ball, and I try to keep up to date with Dragon Ball the best that I can. I used to be really hardcore into it. That's why I know as much as I do. And it just happens to be that I'm really into superheroes as well. So that helps. And I've been back and forth on that fight for a long time. There was a while where I was like, I think it's Goku, but the more I've thought about it, it's like, man, I think it's Superman, man. Like he's just biologically like more impressive. He has so many hacks, man.
He's
it's
a
like the super
fucking
brain
monster.
Yeah, yeah, Superman's crazy, man. Crazy. I mean, dude, in the most recent Crisis, which they did another reboot, he was trapped in this dimension like reality. He was the only one out of the Justice League who knew it was fake. So and he tried to escape like many upon many times he couldn't. So instead of trying to escape, he just stayed, accepted it, and was absorbing the energies of it. And he basically became like God Superman, like way more powerful than like Superman 1 million.
God,
and
man.
It was stupid. Like Superman, yeah. It's like, wow, you just absorbed its power. And you have the power of a universe is what you have right now. It's crazy, man. It's Superman. So, yeah. All right, Jacob. Now that we've talked about the most debated battle of all time, unless Matt wants to say anything.
I mean, I brought up my point. Goku's just going to get himself killed due to the sheer fact he wants a stronger opponent.
Yeah, and I do think Goku is more powerful technically, but I don't know, man. I just don't think Goku can comprehend what Superman is capable of on a biological level. I just don't think he can. And I think he can get basics of like, oh, he can see things better, and stuff like that. Kind of like with Granola having like the special eye. But man, once he starts like using heat vision on a microscopic level and shit and doing all that like vibration and phasing through his opponents, Goku's gonna be like, what the fuck? I mean, granted, he uses instant transmission, but I don't know, man. That's just out of his realm. And their realities are too different too. Everybody in Dragon Ball operates almost the same. Granted, there are some differences on a biological level, like with Boo and Cell and stuff, but they all use ki. They all fly. They can all train to get stronger. They operate the same almost. So there's nothing that throws them off. Well, actually, even like the smallest things, like, oh, I can regenerate this arm. They're like, oh, right? Whereas in DC, Superman's like, oh, it's another guy who can just regenerate. It's just another one. Like I've run into tons of characters who can absorb energy and have transformations, and yeah, his world is just too different. And yeah. All right. Jacob, what's the next battle, buddy?
All right, here's a battle we all know and love. Ridley versus Vilgax.
Didn't we already do this one?
If you want...
No, we mentioned it.
If you want if you want to know who wins...
Check out the video in the description.
And the description leads to the Dream Battles channel.
We'll do a brief description about this.
It's an hour long, but you can skip if you wish. Watch the rundowns, get to know the characters, and yeah. But the problem is if I talk about it right now, they won't want to watch the video because they'll get their answer here. So I'm just gonna say, hey,
watch the video.
Watch the video.
Watch the video.
Yeah, give us some views, motherfuckers. Comment.
Hey, Matt.
Some love.
Hey, Matt, can you edit this one out?
Nope. I stopped taking requests years ago.
This is our way of advertising it. We're doing it.
Okay. By the way, also go check out Ravager versus Wolverine as well.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
A little one-sided, but it's great. It is great.
Doesn't care. I don't care. It's still good.
Yeah, I know.
All right. On to the actual next one. We have Ben 10 versus Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
All right. Son. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you, the power of imagination says fuck you.
Death Battle.
Let me tell you about the.
I'm calling you out.
Alien X.
I'm calling you out, Death Battle. You're full shit.
Then couldn't Green Lantern just make his own Alien X because he knows it exists now?
Here's the thing that just fucking annoyed me was they were using all this weird material for Green Lantern, all this old stuff, like the ability to manipulate time and all this stuff. And it's like, okay, if Green Lantern could do all this stuff, shouldn't he technically be able to contend with Darkseid?
Which
and
was proven
and if he can manipulate time, then what's the point in having the Flash? What's the point in his ability to manipulate time? Because now you have two characters who manipulate time, which, from my memory, I don't recall Green Lantern ever using an ability like that. Isn't that fucking weird? As far as I'm aware, he has incredible willpower. He can draw from the embodiment of will, which he is crazy powerful. Don't get me wrong, he is crazy fucking powerful. But Green Lanterns are not white lanterns. They're not black lanterns. They're not gods, okay? He's one Green Lantern. One.
Yep. Imagination can only get you so far.
Kyle Rayner is more powerful than Hal Jordan. Kyle Rayner is crazy powerful compared to Hal Jordan. And Ben 10, now I'm gonna say this. I think most of Ben's normal aliens would lose. Most of them would. I think it's normal aliens. But the Alien X thing, are you telling me that Green Lantern can essentially defeat Dr. Manhattan? Is that what you're fucking telling me, Death Battle? Because that's essentially what you're telling me. Basically, Alien X is like a Dr. Manhattan. He is a cosmic, beyond cosmic, reality warping godlike entity. And there's a whole race of them that are godlike. And yeah, it's stupid, and it's stupid what they did. It makes me mad, man, because I like the idea. I understand the correlation. I understand why they did the episode. But the fact that they pulled all this shit out of their ass like they did, it's crazy. It's crazy. And even if he did have those abilities, even if he did, he would still lose. He would still lose. He would still lose. So, yeah, Ben 10 with Alien X. With Alien X, if he doesn't have Alien X, he is fucked. I'm sorry. I like Ben, but he would be so fucked if he didn't have Alien X. He'd be done.
Because if I'm correct, wasn't there some stupid ass condition for him to actually be able to use Alien X?
Mm-hmm.
That condition isn't met. He fucked.
Yeah, but I mean, the debate did surround the idea of Alien X. So if we include it, Green Lantern is screwed. But I just wanted to give the other side of it too, because it's like, I don't want people thinking that Ben's aliens can contend. I don't think they can. Maybe like Ghost Freak, but he's not a part of Ben anymore.
See, he went AWOL.
Well, the original Ghost Freak isn't a part of it, but now he has a better piece of ectoneurite DNA, so he can still access.
Okay.
Ghost Freak.
Oh, okay, interesting. But now, you know what? I didn't think about this. There is Accelerate, which speed-wise, I think he would blitz Green Lantern, because Accelerate, when he moves, everything stops. He is that fucking fast. So there's a few aliens that would maybe throw him off, but I'm going to give it to Green Lanterns. Green Lantern, people don't know this. Green Lantern can contend with Superman. He can contend with him. He is a powerhouse. He's a fucking beast. But please get out of here with the Alien X thing, man. Get the fuck out of here, Death Battle. with your stupid bullshit. Just fuck off.
Fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please. Dude. Please. So, Jacob, what do you think?
Ben 10.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this because I am a hardcore Ben 10 fan. I'm saying this because it facts.
Yeah.
Green Lantern is powerful in his own way, but if we're talking about like Ben 10 with I'm talking about like Alien Force Ben. Yes. He will defeat Green Lantern.
Even like Omniverse, which expanded Alien X more. Right? Because he would still win. And plus he got more aliens in that show, I think. Like aliens that can control gravity and crazy, man. Crazy. All right. What else you got for us?
All right. I have another lighthearted battle.
All right.
We have Gru from Despicable Me versus Megamind.
I haven't seen Megamind in so long. I forgot everything he can do.
It's been like 2 centuries.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Something tells me it's Gru.
Yeah.
Something tells me it's Gru.
I mean, Gru actually tried to be Ethan.
Now, I know this one is debated, even though Gru has more content than Megamind. Like, does Megamind have a show or something? Because I don't know why people keep debating about this. He has like one.
There is a
movie.
show in development.
Oh, okay. So we will be getting more, thankfully.
So we have one show and one mini movie. We have one movie and one mini movie for Megamind.
Okay.
And a video game.
Do we count video games though?
We could take some stuff from it.
As long as you admit it. You know, unlike Death Battle.
We
know.
We know.
Yeah.
Which Death Battle has used video game attributes as well.
I don't know, man. There's so fucking many of them.
Dude, they release an episode like every 2 weeks, okay? It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember.
Stitch versus Rocket's coming out soon. So, actually, who do you guys think would win final for Gru and Megamind?
Probably Gru.
Is it Gru?
I'm going with Gru so far, but I'm not going to say that confidently because I don't fucking remember.
Wait, is this with Dave or without Dave?
This is just him.
Still Gru.
No minions. No minions. No brain bots. Just them.
It's still Gru though.
No, so they don't get any outside help. It's just them and their gadgets.
I mean, Gru did beat the shit out of a bunch of sharks.
I mean, Gru literally had a shrink ray.
And then he went like Matrix mode in the first movie right after that.
Yep.
He went God mode, and I don't remember Megamind going God mode.
And so Gru went Ultra Instinct, dude. Just Shaggy.
I mean, all you gotta do is, harm something he loves, and he goes into fucking God mode.
He's an anime protagonist,
Get on
Mike.
the minivan!
He's an
Get on the minivan! We'll get some frozen yogurt!
You hurt my friends. Now I hurt you.
All he has to do is use freeze ray. And it's done. Maybe. Freeze ray.
Freeze ray! Freeze ray!
Yeah, Gru. Gru is my vote so far.
Matt, you go for Gru?
I'm going for Gru. Even if he doesn't have Dave.
Okay, me too.
I'm going with the guy with the weird voice and the super long nose.
Played by one of the best actors.
Dave the Minion out.
And he has a really weird build, too. I'm being very judgmental towards Gru.
Yes, you are. Yes, a little bit. Wait.
I am.
He's 17 foot tall.
What?
Do you think it's because I'm
Look it up.
hard on myself and I'm trying to take that out on others?
Say
Yes,
17
obviously.
feet tall or 7?
No, 17 feet tall.
How fucking short is
Look it
everyone
up,
else?
Yeah, how big are the kids?
Like the oldest kid is like 14 feet.
What the fuck?
Hold
Yeah,
on.
people
Hold
are.
on.
Yeah, people. You ever heard of the Ice Age baby? Everyone says the Ice Age baby is 6 foot tall.
What the fuck is this
How
tangent?
tall? Hold on. Tall is Gru from Despicable Me.
Everyone says he was 7.
He is approximately 5'9". Okay, I was gonna say
He looks taller than 5'9".
Because he has
He's
really
5
long legs. Okay.
he's 5, dude. He's an animated character. Now there are pictures of him looking like he's 17 feet tall because people made stupid
memed
pictures
on
about
him.
it. He is 5'9" though,
Well, it's also because fuck, piss.
and
Oh,
And,
fuck piss? Is that your reason?
My brain
And,
don't compute. I had
the
Buffalo
minions range
chicken,
from 3
macaroni,
feet or
cheese.
more. That's how it is.
Yeah.
How tall is Gru from Despicable Me 3? 14 feet. It's fake. Yeah, it's just a.
It's
fucking-
memeing.
Yeah, it's memeing. So he's 5'9".
So Mike, we're shorter than Gru. Fuck.
I am shorter than Gru. I'm only 1 inch.
Yeah,
off.
same. Fuck.
Ice Age baby.
I always forget
Ice-
that you and I.
Ice
are the
Age
same
baby
height.
is 6'10".
Are you serious?
Look, yep. Ice Age baby is 6'10".
That's obvious bullshit.
I'm gonna send a video. I'm not gonna send a video. I'm gonna send a photo in the chat.
Everyone is merely interested in learning the baby's height from the movie. Therefore, we'd like to let you know that he is 6 feet and 10 inches tall. That's a joke.
Dude, that's so complete bullshit.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Because
That's one big baby.
That would mean that this child is half the size of Manny.
Manny is 21 feet tall.
Exactly, but still a third of the height? That don't add up, bucko.
Yeah.
Math might not be my best subject, but that don't add up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I am very interested to see how this description is going to look. Jacob, who believes babies from the Ice Age are 6 feet and 10 inches.
Presents the discussion of the decade.
or no. We have like, caveman babies are 6 feet and 10 inches tall during birth.
Ice Age baby.
Ice Age baby. Ice Age baby.
Ice Age baby.
Could you imagine?
Ice Age baby.
Could you imagine just taking that kid and being like, okay, we're going to mark this. It's 6 feet and 10 inches. And then, it's like, we're going to keep marking as you get older. Oh, wow. You reached 25 feet. Good job, son.
Now you're bigger than a fucking woolly mammoth.
I'm 41 feet and 2 inches. You'll get there one day, son.
I'm 60 foot tall.
Your grandpa's the tallest of us all. He used to be 70 feet, but
Yep.
he got old.
He got old. Now he's 69.
You got
Now he's an old fucker.
Where's the baby?
Shit, there he is. He's bigger than I thought.
Oh no!
All right, what's the next battle?
Ice Age baby.
What battle shall commence?
Ice Age. Oh,
24.
I don't know.
Pine cones.
Great.
24.
Oh, take a look at this pine cones. Oh, these are just good.
just-
Have a nice, crunch.
Oh, they're so delicious, especially when
Oh,
you
this.
pull them out
Oh,
your ass.
Manny, don't you pine cones in my ass? Oh.
I use my
fuck
ass
did
as
I
a form
do?
of food storage.
Oh, pine
all right.
cones.
All right, I think I have a perfect way to end this off. I have a perfect
Actually,
way.
I have.
or you do.
Battle for you.
Okay.
Kratos versus Doomslayer.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Spawn for some
Say, if you're going to say Spawn, we already had this discussion, sir. I prefer not to have it again.
I'm really happy you brought this battle up. And here's why. We just discussed how Goku vs. Superman is the most debated battle of all time. But I think there's a runner-up that might take its place. And I'm actually really shocked because this battle is heated and everybody won't shut the fuck up about it. Kratos versus Doomslayer. So this all started with the whole Norse games for some reason. Everybody thinks Kratos is now overpowered since the Norse games. And so now for Doom Guy, he did get a boost. He went from a guy who was really strong, was a possible super soldier, or definitely a super soldier, to essentially a god is what happened. He is essentially an indestructible, unstoppable god is what Doomslayer is. And then you got Kratos, who I had talked about earlier, possibly being like, the literal god of death. He defeated a being who was pretty much non-stoppable, indestructible. And he did that without any kind of crazy, buff aside from like Thera's Bane, right? But that's just one Titan, a Titan who, by the way, is not even considered like the most powerful at all. Just a random Titan in God of War. So, in lore, it's stated that Doomslayer doesn't really need guns. He just uses them because it's more fun and it's a better way to torture the demons. If he wanted to, he could just obliterate them with his fist, and it's easier for him. Now we've done a whole bunch of research for Doomslayer. There's still some things I have to finish filling out, but just his suit. His suit takes like these mega Kelvin lasers, and that's just his suit. His body is stated to be even more durable than his suit. He probably just puts on the suit for looks, by the way. It's probably what he does. So, there's this whole debate, and some people, especially the power scalers, you guys know who I'm talking about, like, dumbass Seth the programmer and guys like that. They really overestimate these, or they over hypothesize these characters' powers, but it really comes down to these guys. These are the guys who have really stirred the pot on this debate, making them out to be these universal destroyers and all this stuff. And there's all these arguments that these guys would either, never have a battle that would end, or one of them would just obliterate each other with a punch. There's all this crazy debate going on right now, and this all goes down to the super in-depth lore provided and just the feats and comparisons and, just really looking into things from a different perspective. It's crazy. Honestly, like, here's the thing. I'm gonna go with Kratos. I'm gonna go with Kratos on this one. Now, here's the thing: is we don't know if Kratos can die now and come back to life. We don't know if that immortality is still active like it was in Greek mythology, because you could kill him and he would literally just come right back out of the ground. That's what he would do, right? I mean, that's what Kratos did. That's how he died. He would be dragged down to hell and he would literally just come right back up. But in my mind, the way I work is first death is victory. If we're talking about in that instance, I really don't know. I have no idea who would win. The Crucible Blade can also nullify immortality in beings like Kratos. So, I mean, I can see why this battle is just crazy debated. Like, I can see where this comes from. And so I will say Kratos maybe, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, this is and this is heated. Like this battle is like it might become the most new debated battle of all time. It's gonna. I think it's gonna make its way, man. That's my prediction. Matt, what do you want to say about this?
Fuck.
Oh, I got the hiccups.
I got the gas.
Jacob, what do you think?
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I
know.
I say, I'm kind of stuck. I'm with Matt. I'm really
Now the one thing that, and I think this is a mental thing for me. Whenever I see characters that have never interacted with firearms or tanked a bullet, I always wonder how someone like Kratos would deal with bullets. And in my mind, I'm always like, he took on all these godlike weapons, but what about bullets? And for some reason that always messes with me, and I have no idea why. I don't know. I'm not saying that like changes the whole fight or anything, but something in my head is like, man, how the fuck does he deal with bullets? So shit.
No, he deals with bullets. Fucking tanks him like a god. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like to be fair though, I mean the Blade of Olympus killed him. Wouldn't a bullet just also, kill him?
It did. You're right. The Blade of Olympus did kill him. And if you think about the Crucible Blade is very similar. I mean, it doesn't kill the Titans. And we're talking about the Crucible Blade, the Titans in Doom. It doesn't kill them. It just like puts them in a
it doesn't like shut him down or something like that.
I mean, if you think about it, he really didn't kill the icon of sin. I mean, he fucking annihilated it. But he had to stab its head, and then what it does is when the blade is removed off of the hilt, it forces them to enter like a coma. So they're like in this frozen stasis, essentially, and they appear dead, but they're not. So he had to literally remove the blade off of one Titan, which we saw it in a way come back to life. So, yeah. I mean, if he stabs Kratos and breaks the blade off the hilt, right, Kratos might not wake up from that fucking shit, man.
He might just take a forever nap for all we know.
But then it's like, what about the blades of chaos? We talked about the primordial flames. We talked about how it could be above creation. We know Doomslayer took on a being who was a literal god who created everything. But as we're going to get into with War versus Doomslayer, he did kill the guy who took God's power, right? But he killed him in the most vulnerable, pathetic state, in like a sphere. He just crushed the sphere. And that's impressive and everything. But I don't think he could have done that if that being was in its true form and able to move and defend itself, And when the Dark Lord did come back, who is God, by the way, who created everything, he didn't have his power, his original power. He had to wear a suit of armor just to defend himself, to contend. And he was crazy powerful. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this guy operates and created hell. He did all that. That is nuts. That is crazy power. But, he's not, he's no longer on that level of primordialness. You know what I mean? He used to be, but not anymore. So, and Doomslayer shares a portion of his power. They're essentially two sides of the same coin. So who's to say that Kratos could not kill the Doomslayer with just his blades of chaos, because the flames are literally on such a high level, just the fire itself is primordial. It was able to start Ragnarok, so yeah. Shit. Yeah.
Old controversies, and I love it.
So the way I think, and when I keep talking like that, I don't know if I blow your guys' minds, but this is how I think versus battles the entire time I'm doing a project. This is, it's like this for me. constantly. And there was a time where I couldn't think like that, where I couldn't process information like that. But thanks to, Richard and just like the constant trying to get better, I'm not saying I'm good, but I think I'm pretty damn good. Like, I think I'm way better than I used to be. So. So you guys don't know who wins?
No,
honestly, it could be Doomsday just for the fact of gun.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
gun.
It's like I'm not saying the guns are godlike or anything, but Kratos has never witnessed a bullet.
Yeah, he's been hit by arrows and stuff like that, but it's like an arrow only travels so fast and penetrates so much. A bullet, some of them are literally designed to destroy ammo racks and tanks.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we saw Atreus shoot Kratos with his arrows.
And Kratos was like, huh?
It's like, oh.
but
then again,
there's difference, like I said, to an arrow and a bullet.
and then you have people saying like, well, Atreus is a god. And it's like, yeah, but he's not physically strong like Kratos.
First off, he's not a god. He is a demigod, just like Kratos.
Yeah, I love how the Norse games are like, oh, he's a god. He's a god.
It's like, no, he's technically a demigod unless Faye is a fucking giant god. And they haven't revealed that yet.
Unless his mother was a god too.
Yeah, she's a giant god. Simple as that. Just haven't said it.
Corey decided to be like, oh, he's not a demigod. He's a god.
I honestly don't think that was Corey. I think that was probably a producer or something like, you have to make him a god, or it makes no fucking sense.
I'm a god boy.
Boy.
But then again,
you god.
I mean,
I'm a god boy.
You take that line and you go, I'm a demigod boy. There's nothing wrong with that line.
No, there isn't.
I'm the fucking god of war.
The fucking
Why can't I just hear Brock saying that? I'm the fucking god of war.
I'm the fucking demigod of war.
I'm the fucking god of war.
No, you're fucking dead.
I'm the fucking blacksmith.
He's the blacksmith. You are right.
I am the god of blacksmith. Oh wait, that's Heimdall. Oh wait, not Heimdall. Or Hephaestus.
Both for H's. It's fine.
They're the same. They start with an H.
I don't know, man. Festus had an obsession with statues of Pandora. So.
Could you imagine Hephaestus meeting Heimdall? Please let me be. I have paid the price.
No, Heimdall.
Well. If it isn't Heimdall.
I'm sorry, but Heimdall would probably just put him out of his fucking misery. Heimdall don't give a fuck. That's the reason why I didn't really like him too much.
Could you imagine that? It's like that scene from God of War 3. He just goes, well.
Heimdall was okay. Like, he was just an arrogant prick.
He was a dick through the game, but I like that. And it was so satisfying.
They could have done so much, but it's like, because we already had several arrogant pricks throughout God of War. Several.
Yeah.
Like literally Hermes.
Nice. It was nice to see that back. Oh, I think he was better than Hermes.
Also Heimdall had more screen time than Hermes did. So
Hermes, every time he was on screen, he just wasn't great. He was a bitch. He was running away.
I mean,
Heimdall didn't run.
That's kind of his shtick, though. He ran really fast.
Heimdall was like, I brag, but there's a reason. Like, I'm fucking
I can
badass.
start the apocalypse.
Yeah.
And then Kratos starts the apocalypse. Go fuck yourself.
Look how tough I am. I don't look like much, but fight me. I dare you.
How fast I am.
I dare you. I dare you to fight me, lad.
I dare you to change your fate.
You see this? It's a potato. What is it?
Did you say potato?
It's not just any potato. It's a potato bomb.
It's a potato of destiny.
It's a potato that's also a grenade. It's a potato grenade.
potato.
Interesting.
It's a potato.
Before Jacob gets any worse, Mike, you wanna wrap this up with your battle?
All right.
I was gonna ask, what are your guys' favorite battles before we just end this? Like our favorite battle of all time?
No spoilers.
Matt.
No spoilers.
Matt, let's
let's
start with you.
I can't because it's a spoiler. I'm not allowed. It's in my contract.
Nope.
It's in my contract.
Do it.
Nope.
Pick something else.
There is nothing else.
Well, try.
Trying. Fail.
Try harder.
You
Take
try
5 points away from him.
5 points from
I'm taking.
Gryffindor. Fuck it.
Take 5 points away, even though points are nothing.
Yes. I'm being judged here out loud.
We are not distractible.
5 points from Jacob Door.
Thank you, bitch.
And 10 points to me. I'll give
All
10
right.
points to myself.
Nope. You get 3.
You get a pigeon.
3 times 10.
Pigeon. Pigeon.
Yeah, I get
That's
30.
what
You
you
get
get.
nothing.
Pigeon.
Times 10.
Yeah, you're getting 0 times 10. That equals 0.
Children.
Oh,
Topic.
Hey, you see that? That's a 0. You know what happens when you multiply it by 10? It's still a fucking 0.
Like, nice rap, man. You really sold that for me.
Well, I kind of can't scream because there's a baby sleeping
I know.
not far
She
from
is
me.
not a baby. She is a toddler.
I know, and I got 2 old people sleeping too.
Well, fuck the old
So,
people.
I know. Well,
Don't
everybody's
literally fuck
sleeping.
the old people. That's not right, but
I mean, everybody's sleeping.
Unless you're into that.
incest is not wincest, my friend.
All right, Jacob, what's your favorite battle of all time?
Fantastic Four, small amount of peas, steak.
Chicken nuggets.
This really separates the men from the boys.
You sound like a pedophile when you talk like that.
You know shit.
No, Mike. We don't have to rush into this, all right? No.
We Russian.
Oh God! I can just picture those fire trucks being all red and everything.
I'm guessing this is a Family Guy joke.
I'm guessing so too.
Yeah.
Yes. Firemen's.
I would say probably Mario versus Sonic.
Okay. It's not
And
Ryu
it's
versus
actually-
Scorpion?
I was going to mention that if you let me.
Well, I know, but you usually told me that's your favorite battle. You know, I thought it was your favorite. What the fuck, man?
Well, I was going to name a few of them before you interrupted me.
Well, I was asking your number 1, but you know.
Oh yeah, I guess my number 1 would be Ryu versus Scorpion.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, shut up, Kermit.
There you go.
So I would say my top 3 right now are Ryu versus Scorpion, Darkseid versus Thanos, and Mario versus Sonic.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay.
All right. Huh.
Okay.
I sadly, I used to have a ranking of what my favorite battles were in my head, but I can only think of one battle that is truly my favorite.
Steak.
I love steak. And my favorite battle, and this isn't because it's the most recent episode or anything. I think out of just all the ideas I've ever had, this one's my favorite. And I think it's a shame that people put it down. There's a lot of people who don't like the idea because apparently there's better ones, quote unquote. And that is Ridley versus Vilgax. I love. I think it's a perfect battle. It's got correlation, but it's not so much correlation that they're the same fucking character. You know, one they both operate completely differently from a power and biological perspective. So it makes the battle incredibly unique. The only thing that they really share in common is that they have different types of invulnerability and durability. And that just makes it even more interesting because now you got to question how they even fucking hurt each other. They have so many different versions and forms and so many changes to the characters. One's a pirate, one is a warlord. Just really cool themes there. And I think the battle's far closer than people make it out to be. I don't think it's the one-sided thing like a lot of people say. It took me a long time to actually figure this one out. And actually I was going to originally choose one character, but ended up going to another by the end of it. And so, Ridley versus Vilgax, in my mind, when I think of a perfect battle that's got everything a battle needs for just everything, I think it's Ridley versus Vilgax. It's got everything a battle needs. So that to me is the most perfect battle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And Jacob's been muted.
All right.
Kidding.
So
Matt.
I'm getting tired. Matt, I don't know if he's
Did
tired.
he actually hey?
No, I didn't.
No.
Did he actually mute me?
No.
Oh, I was about to fucking say.
I got you, though, bitch. I got you.
But hey, it was funny, huh?
Maybe.
All right. Jacob, would you do the honors of
Matt? Hey, Matt, I can't really hear you, Matt. Hey.
Listen here, motherfucker.
There you go.
Yes, you can.
I muted him for a little bit. Alrighty. Well, we had a little fun and games. Thank you so much for watching again. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, click that notification bell so you never miss an upload.
And
say bye, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Comment. Okay. All right. Everyone down in the comments, comment this. Wow, that was delicious.
Can you repeat all that?
Bye.
I had Jacob muted.
No, I heard it.
You heard it, doesn't mean I did.
Okay. Make sure to type that was fucking delicious in the comments.
Okay.
That's a challenge for everyone.
And if
comment
you don't
down,
write it exactly like that, you lose.
That was fucking delicious.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.
Boy.